I'm David Preston, and you're listening to the Lit AF podcast. Join us each week for a tour through the literary classics like you have never heard them before. Each season is a new book, and each episode is a new way of thinking about it. If you'd like more information about becoming a sponsor or a member of the Lit AF community, which will enable you to attend live streams with authors, get discounts on merchandise, participate in community forums, and even determine what I read next, come find us on the web at litafpodcast.com. Hey, you found us. Thank you for tuning in to episode 0 of the Lit AF podcast. I started teaching high school English courses after careers in journalism, management consulting, and even teaching at UCLA. And I taught some of the same books, poems, plays, and essays that I myself blew off when I was a student. In the process, I realized something profound. The works obviously hadn't changed, but I had. I finally began to understand them, and they were way different than what I was led to believe as a student. In time, I came to understand that classics are classics because they tattoo your heart. The writers who are insightful, brave, and talented enough to share their sense of loss, love, death, sex, pain, and triumph, they speak to us, sometimes even for us, and they let us know that we are not alone. I think people in every generation come to understand this. The classics are timeless, but reading the classics in school as a young person is often stressful and usually boring. Teachers and students, especially these days, are not free to talk about race or sexual orientation or the real politics of money and power without running the risk that someone's going to make a recording and pitch a fit at a school board meeting. On June 7, 2017, I wrote a note on an AP Literature course blog in which I thanked students for taking the learning trip with me. I do this every year because I genuinely am grateful. Learning is a risk, and being vulnerable and self-reflection in the face of great literature in a high school classroom, that's definitely a risk. But this time it was different. This time, a high school junior named Leslie Aguilar commented to the post. She wrote, "Nah, bro, thank you. It was lit AF." I have to confess, I'm a middle-aged white guy. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. So, like any good researcher, I ran to urbandictionary.com and I looked it up. Well, what a compliment. I felt like I won teaching and the internet on the same day. And that's why we're here. I want to share that feeling with more people. So, join me for a tour through the classics like you've never heard them before. Each season of this podcast is an audiobook with a twist. I begin with background on the writing process, the publication, the author, whatever's relevant, and whatever I want. And then as I read, I comment as I go to give you the stories between the lines and hopefully some insight about the techniques that these authors use to make nothing short of magic. At the end of each episode, I also offer opportunities for you to participate in online events, discounts, and to become a member of the Web3 Lit AF tribe, who will eventually choose the books I read next. You can also get more information now at litafpodcast.com. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Lit as Fuck. Join us next time on Lit AF for Chapter 1 of The Great Gatsby. In the meantime, if you're interested in sponsoring the podcast or joining the Lit AF community, please head on over to our website at litafpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.